ironically enough, I'm doing videos again, and I'm kind of in the same position that I was in when I first started doing videos back in like, what, 2010 or whenever, 2011. I'm back to electric palm sanders now because I don't have my compressor running. So anyway, Slow SRT, I just got your comment. Here's what I did. I've already done this. If I could go back, I would and do it the way he said, but I did the Evercoat on the front. I did the Evercoat on the back. You can see it where I slopped it up on the back there. And I did the short strand fiberglass on the sides. Reason being was the front, I ran I ran self-tappers like every couple inches, and it still kind of wanted to bulge a little bit in different places. Not bad, but it felt like it was fighting itself more on the front, probably because of the crease in the middle of the hood or the body line. But so I put the good stuff on the front, just so I knew it was going to hold, because it was already holding good underneath, but I just wanted that double, you know. And then on the back, I had this cowl here, so I had to cut that lip off for the most part. So there wasn't as much surface to mate to. So I did that Evercoat on the back, and then the sides were real flat, real even. So I did the short strand, and then what I topped it off with, I didn't have any Evercoat, the Ultra left over. I think I might have even, I had a little bit left and I threw it away before we moved. So I've had this laying around for a long time, and you know, I bought it to do pinholes and all that, like you would with anything else, or mix it in with cheaper Bondo. But it's been sitting for so long, and it was still good. But I just decided, you know what, I've got it, I'm going to use it. That way I don't have to buy any more stuff. So I went ahead and used this and just topped it off there, and I'm feathering out now. But the reason that I wanted to save this stuff, it you know, does have a hefty price tag. I mean, you know, not any worse than any other good stuff that you're supposed to use, but I didn't want to use really good stuff if I could help it on, you know, this car's just kind of an in-between, you know what I mean? Now, if it was for this, I'd be using it constantly, you know, for if I needed it for something on this. But for this charger, I'm not trying to spend a whole ton of money. Plus, I wanted to save what was left of this so I can use it on something else, because I really like how it worked out. So I didn't want to use it all on this, was the bottom line. I didn't want to use all of it on this. I wanted to have, you know, be able to spread it out into a few different things, but it worked really well. So, like I said, it's on the front, on the back, and now I'm feathering the rest of this out. I've got high build primer coming. I've got satin black coming, a kit from Eurochem, from the coating store. It's not single stage. It's gonna have the satin clear, I think, if I read it right. So that's coming. I'm gonna do this all black. And I cut out, see, I cut out in there. I still need to kind of finesse that a little bit. You can see in here it's not even, but I got it cut out for the most part, pretty good. And I was pretty happy with this scoop. I mean, they've got other stuff too. I think they've got GM stuff, they got Ford stuff, Mopar stuff, obviously. And it was like Classic Car Industries or something. It was out of California where I ordered this. It was $140 for this scoop. You can spend $100 or a little under $100 on a plastic one, and that one seems like it's probably a piece of shit. But this one was really well made. I was pretty happy with this. You know, good fiberglass hood, and then, you know, they have stuff on up. You know, nicer stuff. But I don't know. I think this will look cool. It's got an aggressive profile, but it's not as terrible. as I thought it was or would be. So now that I'm working into the hood, it's really toning it down a lot from then when I just, sat it on top of the hood. But I think it'll look cool. And then I've got a color picked out. I wanted to paint the underside of the hood what I had planned on painting the rest of the car, but I tend to get ahead of myself really quickly, so I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to buy a quart of it to put underneath here. I'm just going to do this all black, but there's a really cool color that I picked out for this that I'd like to do this car. Obviously, that's not going to happen until I have my other garage and the compressor up and going and all that, but that'd be a good kind of little way to spray something before the summer's up, because this definitely isn't going to be anywhere near paint. But this will be back up, frame will be back up on the rotisserie, or I'm sorry, body will be back up in the rotisserie. Right after I've got to do the trunk floor. I've got to come around to the other side, do all the floors in here. I'll probably do all that when it's still in the frame. And then get it back up and go to town again. The plan is to get it at least before next winter, to get it to where the metal work is done, and I can, I might either Raptor liner or somehow do the bottom of the body, some kind of anti-corrosive, anti-whatever. That I use that Raptor liner on a truck, and that stuff worked pretty good. I think VW Darren used that a lot. So that's it. This is where we're at with this thing, and just trying to stay sane until the winter breaks and I've got my own place to work on my stuff. You guys take it easy.